So we do have a Monday Menace for you, and it comes from this interview I came across on the Financial Times with Hillary Clinton, and it's headlined, "We are standing on the precipice of losing our democracy," which I don't disagree with. So why would she be the Monday Menace? Well, it's because of what she wants to happen because of that threat. So I'm gonna read you just a little bit from the Financial Times. They say, "I cannot allow the lunch to end without questioning the direction of her party. I say the Democrats seem to be going out of their way to lose elections by elevating activist causes, notably the transgender debate, which are relevant only to a small minority. What sense does it make to depict J.K. Rowling as a fascist? To my surprise, Clinton shares the premise of my question. We are standing on the precipice of losing our democracy," Clinton says, "and everything that everybody else cares about then goes out the window. Look, the most important thing is to win the next election. The alternative is so frightening that whatever does not help you win should not be a priority." And he specifically used elevating the transgender debate, which, as we know, is an issue in American politics in 2022 because of the Democrats.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are talking about a lot and making it such a big priority of theirs, doing so much to defend the trans community, as they always have with all members of the LGBTQ plus communities. They focus on it so much that it's really on them that it's been elevated so much, Francesca. And so we should dispense with that debate. We should take every trans person in America and throw them in the garbage if that's what it takes to beat the Republicans. That's what Clinton says.
No, it's a really important point, John, and it takes nothing for her to just disagree with that premise. It takes nothing for her to say, "Hey, given that it's Pride Month and I usually don't think about trans people unless there's rainbow flags in my face, how about we not on this one little thing?" But then she can pivot and agree with him on other stuff. She could throw progressives under the bus. She loves doing that. She could continue to do what she always does, but no, she's including the sort of, it seems like, pet issue of trans people living their lives. And I think this is so important right now, because even if you were to accept the premise that trans issues are a massive distraction and somehow preventing us from stopping fascism, not Joe Manchin and his pockets being lined with coal money, or Kyrsten Sinema or anything else like that, or a weak president, the Democrats have no plan. The leading Democrats have literally no plan to stop us from falling off the precipice of democracy. And every time they're asked, it's, "Well, why didn't you vote?" "Well, it's just the voters." And it's like, okay. What about the massive voter suppression and new voting laws that are being enacted, even by people who do agree that the 2020 election legitimately was won by Biden? What about SCOTUS? What about rights being stripped away as we speak? What is their plan? And yet we never get to kick it back to them, is all I'm saying. Like no one is no one's getting a long interview about how Clinton's dropped the ball when it came to defending our fundamental rights, or Obama, or or Biden, or any other Democrat. And yet she gets to hit, now, please jump on the pile of rich people who wanna go after trans people. There's plenty of them.
Or don't wanna go after them, but don't care that other people are, and are perfectly fine with them being either, again, best case scenario, pushed entirely into the shadows. Worst case scenario, killed. Or have the access to medical transition care and those sorts of things made impossible to afford, basically. That's what she's perfectly fine for. And isn't it odd that she is fine that communities she's not a part of are being targeted? It's weird. It's the first time a rich person has ever felt that way. Anyway,
I mean, Ray, what if the follow-up? I'm just gonna say, what if the follow-up was totally right, and abortion rights, oh my God, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah. Oh God, why are you elevating that conversation about reproductive rights and all that? Exactly. And by the way, it's not only a stupid point to pretend that I don't even know what the trans debate is supposed to be. It's about whether you can exist or not. But let's say that there was a trans debate. It's not only stupid to say the Democrats are the ones that elevated it, but if no Republican ever mentioned a trans person or the trans community, which is almost true anyway, all it takes for a solid week of the right wing like trying to shred the community is that the fact that there is a trans kindergarten teacher somewhere. Libs of TikTok will elevate the fact that there is a trans person, and that's a week of Tucker Carlson monologues and Matt Walsh railing against the community as he masturbates under the table. That's all it takes. It doesn't take Obama talking about it. And Hillary Clinton, for all of her issues, is not so dumb that she doesn't get that, which makes one wonder why she would be saying something that she couldn't possibly believe. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.